Hi, like Delilah said, my name is Magatte. Thanks to all of you for coming, and I'm very pleased to be sharing the panel with you guys. I'm a troublemaker, so my job is to wake you all up. Whoever is sleeping in this room, brace yourselves up, you're on for a ride. In any case, I'm just going to start by saying that I have 4 heroes that I have identified in my life so far. 3 of them are dead, and 1 of them I have a great privilege of living with. So, if you have a man that you're living with, you can say that he's your living hero. Chances are things are cool, right? So anyways, Michelangelo is one of them, Socrates is another one, and Da Vinci is another one, and then Michael Strong, my husband, is the one. Why am I inspired by these people? Because throughout history, they have reinvented everything. You know, I just hate status quo. The minute I feel comfortable somewhere, I just know it's time for me to go and to do something else. And that's what I think entrepreneurs are really all about. We don't get satisfied with, oh, well, this is how things are, whatever, we're just going to go with it. And I think as Africans especially, we have to revolt, and we have to rise, and we have to be rebels, the greatest rebels we can be, not the ones we hear about most of the time in Congo or anything like that, but the other way around, right? So if jobs is the solution, then how do we get those jobs? How do we get them? Government jobs, whatever. Jobs come by a bunch of entrepreneurs deciding to get up and find a hole in markets or things that don't work so well or things that are non-existing, and then they decide to provide a better solution for it. And through the process, they created companies, and those companies provide the jobs that we're talking about. So I identified a niche, because again, I don't like to be where the masses are, because by the time masses are somewhere, it's too late, and I'm not interested. That's what we're talking about. So the niche that I have noticed for my part is what I call creating brands that cater to the cultural creative demographic of around the world. We're talking about 250 million people around the world who in the US alone, we're talking about, I think right now there are probably 60 million people in the US that spend half a trillion, not billion, half $1 trillion a year on products and services that the type of companies and brands that I'm focusing on building, that's where these people are spending their money. Proof of what I'm saying? My first company, Adina. Adina, I started it back in 2004. We really started selling in 2005. So, 5 years really of existence. And as I'm standing here speaking with you, Adina has raised so far more than $30 million of capital. I was able to recruit the founder of Odwalla to come and join me in that venture. And as I'm speaking with you today, it is being run by John Bello, the founder of Sobe. And Pepsi, the ex-chairman of Pepsi, just joined our board, and they just infused another $15 million of capital. Needless to say that this may very well become a Pepsi account, and if you go to airports and all that, you find us there. I'm saying that again, not only merely for bragging rights, and I have a right to be proud because I started this in my kitchen. Not only bragging rights, but just to say, it is true. What I'm talking about is real. And my second company is called Tiossano. Tiossano stands for the origins of culture, the origins of humanity. Here again, what I'm doing is going after brands that are producing products that are really, truly authentic and finding their roots and beings in our indigenous culture, which is what I think is one of our biggest assets. And the cultural creative demographic, my demographic, really, really, truly cares about us. They're xenophiles, meaning they love exoticism and they love foreign people. So that's what I'm focusing on, and the people that are all about self-actualization. They believe in the mysteries of other religions. So I'm hungry and thirsty for what I'm bringing to them. And that's why my type of brands work. And so Tiossano is a brand that's going to bring out first a line of skincare where oftentimes people see that African people have really beautiful skin. Well, it's not just a pure magic of us having good genes. We have that, but we make sure we maintain that too. So this new company also, it's getting its own validation. Just a month ago, I finally rounded up my team, and the ex-CFO of Maybelline, CoverGirl, and Dark and Lovely just decided to join me full-time on this new venture. And all of his companies have been bought out by L'Oreal before. And then also, just a folk that I have the greatest respect for, Jonathan Greenblatt, who works at Salary Capital, and he founded Ethos Water that was sold to Starbucks. Him too. I saw him the other day, just a couple days ago, and he said, Magatte, you're totally right on. When you looked at the history of brands and how they work, he said, first European brands, were everywhere. Then Americans started building their brands and taking it everywhere else. Then Japanese countries and Korean countries started building great brands that the rest of us all adopt for really well executed brands. And he said, now is a time for emerging countries' brands. It was funny because he was the first person I did not have to sit there and try and explain things to. And that, to me, was a huge validation. But I didn't need him for that, but it always feels nice.